share the right screens, but you can do that.
Yes, it's fine. 5 o'clock.
I can't work. Maybe you're used to this.
Just minimize the screen, it should be fine. Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
There we are. And we're live.
We have now in the YouTube view the other participants in the screen or not? Just to check before we start.
I don't think so.
Because I have it here. I can see here the people in the
Yeah, you can see
screen.
it over there, and we can see it on that screen. People will not.
No,
See
people
it
don't see
there?
it.
Okay. Okay, then we're going to start with drinks, pitches, and demos in June. So everybody, warm welcome. Here we are
welcome
again.
everyone.
We hope that we could do it outside, and the weather is for outside is perfect, but we're not allowed yet. So we need to be patient, and in July we're there outside on the strip on the height of campus live again. But now we still need to do it virtually.
Yeah, so this is really the last time that we're doing it virtually. Next time we will really be there in person again.
Yeah. And we need to deal with all kinds of circumstances. I'm very happy with Saskia supporting us all this time, not the first time, but because she also did a few times more, even so as also as picture. And unfortunately, that's where we need to deal. Our colleague Bert-Jan currently is suffering from corona. He's going healthy, going well, but needs to take care about his health, and that's why we're doing it in this way.
Yeah, so that's why I'm here today, but also next month, really, Bert-Jan's going to be back.
Exactly.
In full health.
Bert-Jan, thanks, and all the best, and next time you're there again. So let's go to the next slide.
Yeah, let's get started.
So let's go to the good news.
Yeah, so the first news is actually this article on LinkedIn, which showcased that throughout the whole Corona pandemic, Eindhoven or our part of Brabant was actually the most economic profitable there was. You saw a lot of places had declined. We were actually the only blue one, as you can see over there, which is amazing. And that also showcases the power that we have as the Eindhoven area.
Yeah. So our economic, our Brabant region has grown, and we're very strong, and we want to keep strong, and that's why we keep investing in innovations and accelerating each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and what is it what's the week? And
Yeah.
what's this week about?
Yeah, today it had, in my opinion, it has to be in person, but it's still online. But it's Dutch Technology Week.
Dutch
So
Technology Week.
if you want to know everything about Dutch technology, make sure to check it out online. There is a great program if you want to know about 3D printing, manufacturing, of course, artificial intelligence, the whole shebang, everything that Eindhoven area is about, the high-tech campus is about. It's on the Dutch Technology Week, so definitely you should check it out.
So please check out Dutch Technology Week and enjoy technology.
Yeah, and then we have, if you choose engineering, you choose for job security. As you know, in the Eindhoven area, it's so difficult to find the right people for all the job availability that we have right now. So the Brainport Industry Campus and Summa College actually decided to work together, and they are starting the Brainport Industry College. So if you want to learn for a new job in this high-tech environment, that's the place to go.
Yeah, we need you because we're lacking a lot of specialists, and there's a lot of potential for jobs and for doing nice projects.
Absolutely.
So please apply for a nice job and a nice education here in the Brainport region.
Absolutely, as you saw in the first news article, we're still growing even though Corona. So we need people to help further accelerate that growth.
Yeah. And even more good news, Ionica.
Yeah.
Raising how much?
10 million?
10 million euro.
10 million euros in funding.
And funding. And again, a spin-off from TU Eindhoven. And what's also nice, we're presenting here more and more sustainable startups. And again, also Ionica, a sustainable startup in recycling of plastics.
Yeah, so well done for them.
Yeah. And even more good news. What about Lightyear?
Yeah, they have a new Dutch multinational partner in their whole manufacturing process. SVG, I haven't heard of it myself, but apparently they're huge. They're in a lot of stuff, and they're partnering up together with Lightyear to further their development and production of their cars.
Great.
Yeah, so that's good stuff.
And the next one, what's the next one
The
about?
next one is about the Rabobank, because the Rabobank also realized that the Eindhoven area is the place to be. If you look at funding, if you look at development, this is where it's at. So can you guess how much Rabobank is willing to put on the table?
I really can believe the number, but it's 1 billion euro. And in 2 years' time. So in 1 billion investment by the Rabobank in this region. Innovation, in technology, and that's why they are here. That's also why they supporting the Dutch Technology Week, because they believe in innovation and technology. And we hope there are more Rabobanks are coming to make it even bigger.
Yeah.
But 1 billion, it's a big investment. Thanks for that.
Thank you, Rabobank.
And then, of course, Philips.
Philips,
Yeah.
who doesn't know it here?
Yeah.
And they have some very exciting news.
They
Let's
made
check it
a
out.
nice movie.
First, we lit up the world. Then we helped people to see it in all its beauty. But that's only part of our story. You see, since 1891, we've been improving lives. From supporting medical professionals to helping people breathe. Our innovations have given people life and some a second chance here. We're with you during a pandemic and helping you recover. Even if it's just a good night's sleep, we're reimagining healthcare and making it accessible to everyone. Because for the last 130 years, every single one of our innovations has shared the same goal, to make people's lives better, so we can all move forward together.
Great movie for Philips, of course. We're very proud of Philips, and Philips brought so much to the region, and still continuing with that. And I have a nice story about Philips, what I like to share even here. If you're going to the High-Tech campus, you go into building 29, and you go to the toilet. The toilet brill, the seat, is made from is the first circular project from Philips, because they were making in the past the radios, and from the waste plastics, they set up a business in making the seats because they don't want to throw it away. Still one of the first examples of circularity by Philips. You still can see it in building 29, this historic toilets of building 29.
That is amazing.
So just come, have a look and enjoy Philips.
That is amazing. Next time, everyone's back on the High-Tech campus, everyone goes to
And
building
don't
29.
feel them
Check
because
that
it's a
out.
collector item. Yes, the EBB.
Yeah, so last time at Drinks, Pitches and Demos, we actually talked about, hey, this finale is coming up. If you still want to apply, make sure to do so, because it actually happened now. It happened, so
And how many winners from Eindhoven?
a lot. I know the number one winner was
I
there.
hear from Kickoff, from our partner Kickoff. How many?
Well, 4 winners this time instead of
Four
just one.
winners.
4 winners instead of 1. And the head winner was Fruit Punch. We had Hegel, we had Loop Robots,
Yeah.
and we had Roseman Labs. So congratulations
Yeah,
also with
well
your
done.
prize, and enjoy and make it even bigger.
Well, and also enjoy your trip to Silicon Valley, to the whole welcome package you will get over there. And of course, may it help you to even grow further.
Yeah, and thanks also for this initiative, also supported by Lumo Labs and High-Tech Excel, as I'm right, in making this this happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, AI. Everything is about AI.
But what if you don't know everything about AI? What do you do then?
Now, I should maybe go to a course.
But where did you go then? Well, the Brainport Industries actually made a Brainport AI course available. So if you want to know what AI is about, how you can apply it, and what it will mean for the Eindhoven region, it's available for free online. And if you just have an affinity with AI, but you want to know more details about it, definitely check out that course.
Okay, a free course by Brainport. And
Then let's talk about
coming drones. And Johan, yes, please come on. Can you tell something about SciFly?
Yeah, Team SciFly is.
Please come in the middle.
Team SciFly is trying to
Sure, you're not.
Yeah, we want to see you.
Yes, in a minute. Do it. Yeah, do it.
They're trying to spread the applications of the drones that they're using, and they're trying to collaborate with a lot of organizations and partners from the university. They see drones being used in healthcare, in agriculture, and all the other industries, and they want to spread the word about it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, great.
Drones in the future.
Maybe just for the audience, your name and
Yeah, and
what you
I'm
doing at the university?
Johan, I'm from Kiko Wijnkolen, the student.
A little bit in front. Just go in front.
Okay,
Everybody
I
wants to see you.
The Kiko Wijnkolen, the student entrepreneurship community, and we're here to go. You'll hear an announcement later on from us, the TPTs. And thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
of course.
hey, great. Thank
We
you.
have you.
Yes, then about chips and technology, sensors.
Yeah, so they developed a new sensor technology with which is really a leap forward in nanospectrometry, I believe it is. And they were able to put all the technology on a 1x1 millimeter chip. And now they can already use it to, for instance, check the ripeness of tomatoes, but of course they want to roll it out further. So can you imagine having all that computer power?
And they want to implement it in mobile phones. Eh?
Yeah, they also want to
Sounds good.
implement it
Yeah,
in mobile
yeah,
phones.
yeah.
Absolutely.
It's all about sensors and data.
Yeah.
And continuing with technology, photonics.
Yeah, so the Photonic Integration Technology Center is set to launch. So, you know, the whole lockdown relief is coming right on time because with the whole launch, the world is open and the Photonics Integration Technology Center will be open.
Okay,
What can we
great.
do over there?
And when do they establish that center?
That must be a trick question because it should be on the high-tech campus.
In the okay.
It should be on the high-tech campus.
Yes, and then our king and queen. We were very happy to have them here on the high-tech campus, and we had a very nice party. I think it was the best King's Day ever.
Of course.
Yeah, very happy to see them here and supporting us, and as also as high-tech as industry. And it's also directly measurable that by the presence of the king and the queen, we got more attention as Eindhoven in the world, and much humble. We were already seen as a high-tech center, but much more.
Yeah, it really gave a boost to the image of
Yeah.
Eindhoven. So last time during Drinks, Pitches and Demos, we already showed a few examples of how the king and queen were eating 3D printed paper cook, and they were driving in like year one and stuff like that. And that actually shook up the rest of the Netherlands as well, thinking, oh wow, stuff they're doing over there in Eindhoven, that's actually pretty cool. So
Yeah, the nice
that's actually
thing,
pretty cool.
the nice thing was we had a lot of interaction also with them, and especially when you're joining some of the projects, it's not just shaking hands, but it was really about in-depth technology and sharing news.
Absolutely. So that's a good boost.
RISE. Now, then Johan is coming back again.
Okay. And RISE is the collaborative event that's going on actually right now. Today is the last day, the third day. If you want to watch it, it's at 7 p.m. tonight. And it's a collaboration between all the smaller entrepreneurship communities of the Netherlands. We have Rotterdam, Amsterdam, Utrecht, Maastricht, and so on. And there's been events like Lions Cage, Dragon's Den actually, and there's going to be another pitching competition tonight. So tune in tonight and see what the students are up to.
Okay, what can the students win with that pitching competition?
There is a monetary prize, I believe, for the best pitchers.
Okay.
And what do they want to achieve? What do they want to achieve?
The point of RISE NL is to get all of the student entrepreneurial communities together and to organize something and motivate students to get into entrepreneurship and innovation and not just keep it on the outside of university.
Okay, great. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, next one.
And
Upcoming
then
events.
Upcoming events.
Cool stuff
So,
we have coming up.
yeah, of course, there are always a lot of events, and maybe the highlights. What happened?
Well, I think one of the highlights, especially now with, you know, everyone's been working from home for a year, we've been sitting a lot, we've been exercising less. So one topic that is just keeps popping up back is health, is getting back into your mobility, getting back in your exercise, how to, you know, and also mental health. The world is opening up again, but what does that all mean? Well, if you want to know, definitely check out some of these events.
Yeah, tonight I thought it's until 8 or 9 o'clock. There's a vital health event on the high-tech campus. I expect also that the fitness center will contribute in that. So if you have time, please join the vital health session of tonight. There's also a Phyton conference on the 9th of June. So everybody interested in data science and want to develop in data science and also in the technologies, in the software, please join on the 9th of June, the Python conference. Yes, next one, please.
Yeah, then we have
Yeah,
several
three
events.
calls. Our winner of the EBB, Hempel has a conference on the, what was the date? The 10th?
The 3rd,
The 7th of June, that's tomorrow.
tomorrow, 10 a.m. Be there.
Yeah, also about data science. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also by Brainport, in the coming weeks, we have two different additive manufacturing events, and again 3 artificial intelligence data science events.
Yep.
So a lot of focus on data science. And when you look back to some of the drinks and demos from last time, you see a lot of emphasis on data science on one hand, the digital and the digitality, and on the other hand, we see a lot of sustainability.
Yeah,
So
but also
that's,
how do you all combine all that sustainability and that data science with artificial intelligence, and
Yeah.
then you get this whole synergy that just
Yeah.
makes the magic together.
Yeah. Ja, dan Gerard and Anton Awards. We come back on that, but it's also organized. That's the big award, what we normally do in before summer, and now it's after summer in September. We'll ask Bart about it in the interview. We expect a lot of that. And
Yes.
then we go to the interview.
Yeah, speaking about Bart, let's start that
Well,
interview.
just that I'll talk about Bart. Is Bart, are you there? And
Yes, I'm there.
Great.
How are you today?
Yeah, well, it's warm and I hate to be inside, but well, somebody has got to do it.
Yeah.
That's part of the deal, right?
Yeah.
And about the Gerard and Anton Awards, yes, we decided to skip the summer and go to one of the first weeks in September, when we hope to be able to get a large crowd of people gather together for this unique yearly event that we organize together.
Yeah.
And the nomination, can you tell something about the nomination? Is it still open or is it?
Yeah, well, we will publish a call for nominations within a few days. But anybody who wants to nominate a startup to be one of the top 10 in Brainport's Eindhoven region is welcome to do so. So a short mail to info@innovationorigins.com is enough to get a startup nominated.
Okay, so if you want to be in the top 10 from Brainport, just send an email to Bart and yeah, let's see that we can see you on the floor and the pitch in September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that already.
Yeah. But you wrote a paper about cut down on the palaver. I think what's the palaver?
Yeah, it's about a necessary reset. What's that
Get
about?
rid of all the bullshit.
Oh, so that's the political corrector.
Yeah. Well, the closest the closest that you come to translating het gepolder.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's palaver. So
Anyway, what I try to write is that, well, of course, everybody's happy that things are going back to normal and that we can start living again. Well, we just talked about it, Gerard and Anton Awards, etc. That's a good thing that we can get back together again. But still, what I notice also with through the decisions of government and local but most of all national governments and European governments, is that all is directed to keeping what we used to know. So saving what we used to know. So saving the KLM, for example, or saving anything that we are used to. And I think, of course, it's important to get society running again, and we need a lot of the old things and what we know. But it is even more important to learn from last, let's say 15 or 16 months, And you know, we have so much new technology, and we have so much new solutions, and these solutions are needed to get us through the next disaster, and we need to act now, and not by saving what we had, but by looking forward to a better society. So that's what I was angry about, and I just wrote it down, and it kind of struck a string with many people, because I got a lot of comments and reactions on it, and I think that's why Bert-Jan and Hans wanted to put this in the show of today. But it's a very serious topic, and I think we have to keep in mind that well, especially in the region we're living in, solutions around energy and around healthcare and around mobility, we need to follow up on them and not try to stick to what we used to know.
But I fully agree with you, and I have the same concern. But what do you think? What can we do as individually, or as company, or as an ecosystem to prevent that we go to a kind of new normal, and that we really go to a reset?
Yeah. Well, individually, I think the main thing to do is to live sustainably. So to make your personal decisions based on love for the planet, love for your neighbor, love for your children, and that's of course it's not easy, not always easy, but if that is something that you want to work for, it's possible. So that's I think on a personal level, and everybody has to make a decision on how far he or she will go in this. But on a more company or a government level is well, we all have our ways to influence people, to show how it can be done. And if enough people are influencing enough influentials, then we get somewhere. So if there's an election, choose the right representatives.
So the Gerald Antwoord is also a possibility to have in the top 10 that the companies who are really working on the reset.
Yeah, sure.
At least contributing to that. Do you have any call to the audience, or you're already doing?
Exactly. Not more than I just said, and maybe if you agree and if you read the article, you can share it and try to get as many people involved as possible. But also, if you disagree, please give me your arguments and let's start a discussion and let's get somewhere together, because obviously not everybody has to agree with me, and I got a lot of complaints as well and criticism, and that's a good thing. So let's start talking about it and how we organize our society in the next couple of years.
But the least thing is that now or directly after Drinks and Demos, we can share and like your article or give comment on that, and that's the least thing what we can do. So please like the article of Bob Brouwers about the necessary reset.
Exactly.
And also give your comments, give your thoughts. I think it's really, I think it's very valuable what you said in the article. I think during Corona, we all got in such a creative, innovative state, and we created these amazing solutions. It would be a waste if we go back to the normal and don't use those solutions anymore.
And it looks like we're going to lose this spirit in just a couple of weeks, maybe, because when we see that the terraces are open again and we can go to a restaurant and to a theater, then we will easily forget what we thought like 2-3 months ago.
It's very easy to get comfortable in that again, but we need to keep thinking about these things, especially with climate change, the housing crisis, financial crisis, all that stuff, the mobility crisis.
And again, if we can embrace the technology that can help us reach these goals that are so important, then and that's also especially in this region, it's so important to embrace what is literally made in this region.
Absolutely.
And the magic word, what I'm telling about your story is love. Love of your children, love of the ecosystem, love of your people around you, love of the planet. So it's all about love.
It is.
Yeah. Great.
That's very inspirational.
Thanks for that, Bart. Do you want to comment anything or
Let me check the
Yeah.
comments if we have any.
reactions in the chat box? Not yet. no
Yeah.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Get
go.
some. Great story. Yeah, and that's it. No
Yeah.
specific comments on this one.
Okay, but thanks a lot. We will keep sharing and then we go to the next one. And the next is, I think that's Job.
Yeah, that's yours.
Is that right?
Yes, it's me.
Job.
Well, I will share my screen by myself, if that's okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
Tried it
can, you can
before,
share.
so I hope it will work.
It's Job van Beek from Budgety. And
Yes.
we're curious what Job is going to tell us and how he's going to present it, because he's doing it differently than at least I'm doing. What's the young style instead of the...
It's nice background with the baseball. Let me check. Okay, there we go. This is going to work.
So Job,
Yes.
maybe you can tell shortly who you are and what Budgety about.
Yeah, of course. Well, we just started off, I'm a co-founder of Budgety. We started a couple of years ago really with a small concept. What we do with Budgety is really helping various companies with making complex matters understandable. So what we do is we try to tell the story of a firm about a product or service or a goal through animation videos. And that's really the basic of what is Budgety doing. And where did it all start? Well, I started this company, as I said, a few years ago, but when I was 18, I started another project, a startup, how you want to name it. And at that time, I was exploring ways to interact with my customer base in a very effective or new way. And during my search, I came across some animation. I came across the concept of animation videos for the first time. And I reached out to some of those animation studios, and I was shocked about the prices that they were asking in the Netherlands for those animation videos. It can easily run into the thousands of euros per animation video, and I was a startup, as most people around this Brainport and technical university is, of course. And I did not have the money at that time to invest in such a thing, but I was really intrigued by it. After that, I immediately started to search for alternatives. And some years later, I had another project and I ran into the same problem and was again looking for some kind of marketing or telling your customer base something through an effective way. And I started to think about the animation videos again. And then I started to ask myself the question, why is it so expensive to do this, right? So, and by looking for answer to this question, the concept of Budgety really developed. So with Budgety, we really focused on offering the lowest price, and we started like 2 years ago, and now we have a variety of customers from startups to bigger companies, which we deliver the animation videos to. And I can honestly say that we really offer the lowest price within the Dutch market regarding real animation video studios. So that's something we really managed to do. But besides that, the quality of video is as important. And at the start, we struggled a little bit about this, but in those projects, we really developed the quality of our videos. So I think that's the reason why I pitched this now for you guys, is that we, at this point, really managed to obtain a great quality against the lowest price within the market. And of course, we want to offer animation videos to startups because we've seen it's a great way to ask for funding, but also, just to marketing and doing sales through various platforms on social media, for example. And besides that, we really have a very low delivery times, which makes the process very fluent, because the biggest problems with animation videos is the misperception between what the customer wants and what we think the customer wants, right? That's really the big problem with animation videos most of the time. And in order to tackle this, we made a very strong but very simple working method. So it really starts with a textual script that most of the time is coming from the customer, but we advise on that as well. And from the textual script, a voiceover and then a concept video is made. So this concept video is really the basis, very fundamental of the end animation video. And after the concept video, we make a storyboard which will be the red line throughout the project. And with unlimited revisions during this process, we managed to really make a very strong video and really increase the customer satisfaction as well. So I think we really have proven that this work method is successful up to now. And this is something I just want to share with you guys. That is really because we think it's cool also. We have an average rate currently on 4.8 out of 5 that are current customers that we have served. So this is again really proven that we've proven to have a successful working method, and which is really different from the other animation studios in the Netherlands, because we can deliver those videos against very low prices as well. Also, Task Force Reap was one of the first companies, one of the biggest companies, which had a big project with multiple videos in it. And yeah, you can read what they say about us, but it's clear that we really developed a successful working method and increased customer satisfaction with that. So in 3 minutes. Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Well, what I really like about these kinds of animations is translating a complex topic into something that's easy to understand. And speaking from a background in engineering, in a high-tech environment, that's really the challenge. So I bet you can do a lot of good work here for the Eindhoven area.
Jan, you talk about it's a better comparable price. What are you talking about? What's reasonable for an animation? Because
yeah, that's a good question. We started off with having 3 main packages, because of course the time with an animation video will be the highest factor of the price. And we started with I believe 295 right now. That's really the step in price for an animation video. In which the most other competitors really start at 500, 600, 700 euros for the least, and those prices really increasing during the project because things needed to be developed. And the thing is that we work with very young creative artists, and we work on project basis, which also is something how we can maintain the low prices, because we don't have fixed prices or fixed costs in this. And that's also a big thing for us, how we can manage to decrease.
And on your website, we can find some examples?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We have the latest projects on our website. And also, if someone want to see some other videos, we can always share that as well. Just send me an email and I can share whatever video you want to see.
Okay. Thanks for sharing. So your address and contact details are on the slide, so everybody can see them.
And if people have questions, make sure to just fill them in the comments. I'll check after that, after every video, after every pitch, so that we can also take them into account during the live session itself.
Yeah,
okay,
of course.
Thanks for that.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
And then we go to the next interview, and that's Paul van Zon from the Hightech Campus.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hey,
Hi,
Paul.
Paul. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Just a few hundred meters from you. So
yeah, you're in a very nice new building on the Hightech Campus, completely focused on AI. What is the initiative about? Because there are a lot of AI initiatives, and now the Hightech Campus has taken the initiative of the AI Innovation Center. Can you tell something? What is it about?
Yeah, for sure. So I think like 1.5 years ago or so, we did an extensive research on as Hightech Campus on our future, how we should, what we should do basically to remain relevant in the future, how we can enable companies to innovate even faster than they do today. A few things came out of this. So, for example, based on our own role as in the ecosystem as Hightech Campus organization, we see that there's a lot of value to be added value to be created if we can bring together relevant partners also in a structural manner. So yeah, we have quite a unique position as an organization with being surrounded by 230 companies and all these smart people. And there's a big potential leverage there. So that was one of the things that came out. And on the technology side, there was this very clear signal that basically all companies give, is that in the next 5 years, they have to start with adopting AI and applying it in their products, in their services, in their processes also. But that they basically have no clue how to do it. So of course there are companies that know it, that are working on it, but in general in this region we're behind on schedule, let's say, in adopting this technology. So these two things combined brought us to the idea of the establishing an AI innovation center, in which we want to drive the industrialization of AI in this region. So we do this basically based on 3 topics. So the first is around knowledge, by bringing together here all kind of events and also professional education in the field of especially industrial education in the field of AI. The second one is on infrastructure and ecosystem. So we have quite some assets here to bring together the entire ecosystem when it comes to AI in the industry. And infrastructure, you have to think of more the technical part of AI. So what kind of platforms do you need, et cetera, et cetera. So we're working together with Philips there, for example, and also the other founding parties to create an infrastructure to enable companies to start testing with use cases with AI. And the last one is really on adoption and acceleration of projects. So basically everything we do is meant to make companies adopt the technology, make them develop new products with AI, and everything we do has to go to that endpoint, let's say. So adoption is the ultimate goal. So what we're, for example, now doing is setting up a workshop portfolio where we can support companies in defining use cases, and also from a more change management perspective, how can you create the right culture in your company to adopt this technology, and so on and so forth. So that's the 3 things that we focus on, and we want to really have create a flywheel for this whole thing by putting the community really in the center. So we had a kickoff event on the 22nd of April with the AI Leadership Forum, which is really a platform for all AI enthusiasts in the region to share their knowledge and also drive really the agenda of the AI Innovation Center. And that's really meant to ensure maximum relevance to industry. So we want really to be a center from industry by the industry.
I've seen that presentation. Were quite impressive. Quite impressive presentations by Philips, by NXP, and by ASML, and a lot of others. And I thought also by this event you established also the kind of circles, and that you're going to launch also in June.
Yeah, that's true. So the event on the 22nd was really the start to generate awareness around this topic and what's already going on with AI in the region at the big companies in specific for this event. And the Leadership Forum is basically the entire community. And this community consists of circles. So we have defined 7 subtopics that are relevant. So think of machine learning, deep learning, but also digital transformation and ethics, but also AI in sports, of which you're yourself one of the drivers, of course, Hans. And these circles are basically some kind of sub-communities driven by really by industry experts, but also just AI enthusiasts that really want to drive this transformation of the region. And we really want to put them in the driver's seat to define, let's say, the agenda that we have as AI Innovation Center. And on the 14th of June, we have really the kickoff of those 7 circles, and that's a co-creation session where we have the 7 breakouts with these circles, and where they can define their, let's say, product vision. Where do we want to go with this circle? What are we going to develop? And what's our, let's say, backlog for the first year? What kind of activities are we going to develop? So we had already. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so in June you have the kickoff. And where do you see the initiative in 5 years? What's the ultimate dream?
So we want to have at least a few hundred members at the end of this year. and we really want to have a lot of people engaged with the Leadership Forum, because we really believe that the community is our lifeblood. So we have said we want to create the highest possible relevance for industry, and we believe that we only can do that by leveraging the existing knowledge in the industry, and that's something that's not been done yet. So that's really something that we want to ensure in our operating model.
Okay. The event of 14th of June, is that available for everybody?
Yeah, so it's by design an open platform, so everybody can join. So we had an initial session already in halfway May. So we captured the feedback from that, and now we're really going to have an open discussion on what these circles should consist of. And also there, we want to have the circles in the lead, the people in the circles in the lead from the very start. That's very important.
Okay.
So it's open.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah, maybe if people want to sign up, and that's a call to action, I think, for today. Go to hitechcampus.com/AI, and you will find all the information about the Leadership Forum also there, and you can sign up there.
hitechcampus.com/AI. So that's easy. hitechcampus.com/AI, and then you can apply for the 14th of June for joining also the circles.
Yeah.
And if you want to become a member.
Yeah, you can find all the information on the website, but you can just sign up via the website of the High Tech Campus, and they will get an invitation for the 14th of June from 2 o'clock onwards. We have already quite some registration, so we have to see if we can do it online, offline, or hybrid. But we will communicate about that to all the people who have signed up. So
sounds good.
And the AI Center is located where on the campus?
It's centrally located on the campus in HTC 5, building in which we extended the strip last year, just before COVID actually. And it's on the ground floor of HTC 5, so it's very centralized on the campus. I'm here actually in the space, so we'll have this great event space here that you see, where we're going to host all the events. Yeah, so it's really easy, accessible, very visible also on campus. Yeah, we just got started, so we hope that measures of COVID are stopping pretty soon, and we can start having a lot of people here again.
Great.
Yeah,
and if you are coming to the High Tech Campus, it's next to the Brave New World, or the Japanese restaurant.
Yeah.
And that's called.
Can't miss it.
Difficult name.
Okinawa.
Okinawa. Yeah.
That was it.
So you come to the High Tech Campus next to Okinawa, or you go to AI Center. After that, you can eat very nice Japanese food in the restaurant or in Brave New World. Yes? Okay,
yeah.
Thanks for that. And
also important.
Then we go to the next one, and that's Menke Steenbergen from IPOS.
Yeah.
Yay, hi.
A neighbor opposite where we are currently. We are in building 29, and maybe
Hi.
you're from
So
home.
if we wave, then.
Hi from building 12.
Yeah.
Oh, hi. I'll share my presentation with you guys. Can you see it?
Yeah,
Yes.
we see it.
Let me start by the beginning. So I'm from IPOS Technology, one of the first horse sports technology companies in the world. And we moved to Eindhoven actually already 4 years ago. Oh, the time is flying. Where indeed we also had this great Anton and Gerard Award, which opens doors and networks, amazing opportunities, and the High Tech Excel environment, of course. So we thought it was time for a quick update and to see where the sports is going, because actually sport technology is a booming business. And this was also discovered by the CES, you know, the big consumer electronic fair in Las Vegas. It's going to be hosted next year, and they announced that they will be featuring sports technology as one of their main topics next year. So that again also proves and supports the idea that in sports and in technology and in this combination, there's something happening, and that's focusing towards, of course, athletes and helping out the sports and improving the way that they coach, but also a lot of technology is being involved in fan engagement. So really interesting field to look into. For those of you that don't know IPOS, maybe I can give you a little presentation on what we do and what the sport is all about.
The whole world is digital. IPOS introduces horse sport technology, giving equestrians the competitive advantage they seek while ensuring the welfare of the horse. The IPOS training app gives insight into training load and fitness level. The IPOS rain sensors generate data on lightness and symmetry. IPOS, insight, welfare, performance for every discipline. Together we perform, together we innovate. IPOS technology, moving together.
Okay, great movie.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And for those that are already more known to the industry, you probably recognize Imke Schellekes-Bartels there and a lot of other athletes. But she's been really amazing and also an ambassador for the brand. And now, of course, preparing for the Olympic Games. And so there's a lot going on at the moment. So it's an exciting time also for us to be launching the products because as you can see, we have this IPOS rain sensor in the top picture here, who measures rain pressure and the communication between the horse and the rider. And it's actually a very good tool to aid coaches to give more supportive advices and have also their coaching be based on data. So with that, the launched with the product as a performance enhancer on the market, we're now bringing it a step further, and because we're also talking about the welfare of the horse and the health of the horse, and me to have a veterinarian background, I'm really passionate about the next step that we're going to take, because like in other sports, we're now doing, it's nothing like in other sports, we're now doing it with the horse. And so we have also the health of the horse to take into account. And this is Barbaro, and he had actually a fatal injury on the track in the US. As you can see, he broke his foot. And this is
Oof.
oof.
I didn't see it. Yeah,
No,
I didn't see it,
and then
I saw it, and I was like,
you see it. Yes.
aw.
Yeah, it's not a nice picture, but I did want to show it because it is it's happening more and more, and it's happening more in the US. In the Netherlands, we don't have a big racing industry anymore, but it's causing a debate, and I think it's a good sign. It's good to have this discussion. What are we actually asking of the horse? How is the horse doing? And within the industry, we call this the social license to operate. It is also related to durability and doing the good things. And in this sense, doing good for the horse. So let's dive a little bit deeper into this performance or this strain that we ask from the horse. What are the risk factors actually involved in horses sustaining an injury? And if we look a little bit deeper into it, you of course have the load that we put on the horse. And this in the race industry is a very short-term, high-intensity load. But also in the Netherlands, I mean, we ask a lot from the horses, and it's maybe not a one-off, but it's a very repetitive load. So we actually have to look into what is that doing for the legs of the horse. Besides that, there's often the case with prior injuries that the horses have maybe had already an injury, which makes them more susceptible to a recurring injury or more fatal injury. And the risk factor that we have identified is the service area, where we use a lot of sand areas, dirt or sand, and we enhance that area with fibers, for example. But what is that actually doing for the injury prevention, or maybe it's causing injuries? So what is actually going on there underneath the horse? So with this, and we're going to technology, of course, we have started a new project together with Holland Innovative, because they are actually already very good at measuring all the factors around the service area, where IPOS can measure the load, the strain that we ask from the horse with our application. And we can also detect little injuries, small injuries, based on the range sensor data that we have been gathering. So very exciting to be announcing a unique new collaboration between Holland Innovative and the IPOS Technology Group to see if we can make more relationships between service area and the quality of that and the occurrence of injuries in the horse. And hopefully we can be able to prevent them in the future and get those horses healthy and competing longer in a sustainable manner. So that's really cool, exciting news. So that's
really cool and exciting news. I've been in equestrian myself for 20 years, so just seeing this is like, oh wow, this would have helped me so much.
So yeah, I think all of equestrians have experience with injuries in their horses, and I took an example from the US, but also in the Netherlands, it's a big problem. And so if we could contribute a little bit to that, it would be great. And we have already done some amazing projects with the Veterinarian University in Utrecht and with a huge Tierklinik Lüsche in Germany to collect all this data, to get more data from healthy, sound horses versus injured horses. So it would be really cool to now connect that with service area and the quality of that floor that we're training on, which is, I think, one of the biggest risk factors out there. So
I'm very happy to see the cross-fertilization between other markets in this way, the soccer and horse riding. And I think we Hempel in Brainport, we need to look to cross markets to define new opportunities. And thanks also, Menko, for that, for together to find new opportunities to extend.
Yeah, indeed, very exciting, and also to learn from those soccer players that they have also a lot of injuries. So what can horses maybe can help horses? Yeah,
I think the prices of the legs are almost the same, a horse or a football player.
I would be careful about that. You know, the prices of horses are insane, especially if you go into that racing industry. But indeed, yeah, it matches. Yeah. So anybody that feels like, hey, this is exciting, and watching this and feels, oh, I've also been active in the equestrian sports, come and find me. We are at the Building 12 and always looking for partnerships and bringing this sport forward. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Yeah. Any questions to Menko, or Menko, do you have questions to us? What do you need?
Oh, what do I need? Yeah. Oh, so much.
Anything we can do to help you?
No, we are already starting an amazing project, so that's really cool. Learning from data analytics, and also the new initiative on the campus to focus on the artificial intelligence opportunities is for us very interesting. The Eindhoven region and the Netherlands is one of the biggest, if we are looking at horse riding. Also, Eindhoven is the center of the universe if you look at the horses that are stabled around Eindhoven in the actually North Brabant area. I think this is one of the highest Olympic medal density in the world here around us, and many of those athletes actually from other countries also have the horses stabled here, just because the Netherlands is already leading in this sport. So it's very exciting to also have this technology innovation come from the region. And what do I need? If it resonates with anybody, then come find me.
Okay, we can find you at Building 12, the startup center on the Heidrich campus, and on show notes also on the AI Innovation Center hub, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for that. A big applause for Menko. Then we are at the end of the program going to the open mic. So is there anybody who would have a question or wants to show something or wants something to offer?
Let me check the comments.
It's always a little bit difficult when doing virtually, but if there's some, can we see something in the chat?
No, I see we have some great comments on nice presentations to Job, a great pitch. Amazing to see so many new articles here about our students, where they are being mentioned, #OneArmy. Bert-Jan, going to the toilet in HTC 29 will never be the same. No, it's not.
Okay, thanks for that. Then, of course, there are always, talking about jobs, of course, there are always vacancies, and you can see the vacancies on the Height of Campus as well as the Brainport website. This one is published on LinkedIn by Dan Kersten, and this is about Photon First. Effect Photonics also asking for employees. I'm quite sure that Smart Photonics is also looking for employees, but they're not in the list yet. Can we go to the next, Johan?
So there's really a demand for people in photonics.
Yeah, there's a really demand for people. Effect Photonics, yes, and the next one, it's a senior PLC engineer. What do we need more? Also Photon First, the next one, the sales and business developer. And then an announcement. And for that, I'd like to have
our special guest. Come back and on stage.
Please stay in the middle. Saskia,
Yeah,
you on the other side. Yeah. So, Johan, what are we going to announce?
Well, I think two months ago we were also a member of the pitchers of the demos, pitches and drinks last time, and we were talking about kickoff and DPDs combining and working on something together. And this is the time that we want to announce that we will be working together on the newsletter with you guys. And
so that's great news. And we make a virtual shake hands. So a cooperation between Kickoff and DPD, and as also as part of the handball, the next steps also in DPD, we try to make next steps after 5 years and making it even better. Yeah. And what we're going to do is we're connecting the ecosystems together, and that's what we're building on the ecosystem. And we're very happy with Kickoff that we're building also on the student ecosystems, where handball we have a major role here in the region, and that we're strengthening our teams.
We have a motto right now to connect and gather generations of entrepreneurs and innovators in the region.
Yeah,
this is what this collaboration is going to do.
Yeah, and what you also saw in the feedback in the chat box, what Saskia just was telling, handball, more and more students and initiatives and startup from students. And we are very happy that with you, with the young age, the strong age, being entrepreneurial, taking initiatives, taking responsibility for society, that we are building together with Kickoff on the new DPD and strengthening our network. That's right. So thanks for that, and thank you. And we're also going to do even more also drinks, pitches, demos also on your establishment on the TU Eindhoven. Yeah. We already did, but we bring that also that way into practice, that you taking the role in organizing that part of the DPDs.
I think that this is also going to help DPDs get students more involved. We realize that students don't know as much about the region and the news that's happening. So we hope to bring that audience to DPDs.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
And then we are at the end of the DPD of today.
That's all, folks.
And the great news is next time, in July, we're live again. So we're doing it again on the food trucks area. So in July, next drinks, pitches and demos, live again. So very happy about that. We hope for the same best weather. But actually, it will be very nice again.
To just, to be able to connect with people in person, real time. Everyone having a drink again, and just afterwards networking.
With real drinks,
talking,
water, and others.
Yeah, we'll bring the good weather, hopefully, and then I'm hoping to see you all there in person.
Okay, so thanks everybody, and I'd like to see you next time.
Yeah,
so thank you.
Thank you all for joining, and we'll see you next month in person. Bye, guys.
Wait for
if you then go to YouTube.
Bye-bye, thank you.